Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. I know my sound usually doesn't sound quite so great, and I'm going to try and figure that out. when I do the live streaming for some reason, maybe it's because I'm too loud, I don't know, but there's some serious reverberation, and I can't edit any of that out in this little tiny room. Thus it just kind of boom hits you. Okay, so let's talk some comic booky type things. So, right now, Disney has revealed its launch schedule for the upcoming Netflix stuff. Few things have gone out, so everything is going to stay exactly the way that it was. Yeah, kind of boring, right? You're thinking that something really cool is going to come out. Um, Don Quixote, Lady and the Tramp, The Paper Magician, Stargirl. No, not the cool one. I read that book. I'm trying to remember who wrote that book. Love Stargirl, which was the sequel, wasn't really that good, but the first Stargirl, such a great book. I could read that again right now. Um, Toga from Erickson Core. Uh, anyway, all these other things, Noel, Magic Camp, whatever. They're all going to start up. Disney is in the midst of actively developing Three Men and a Baby. Really? Like, was that such a really popular movie? Granted, I was young, I was dumb. I was just go and look at everything that I thought had a good, trailer back when I was like 12. And I went and saw Three Men and a Baby, and it was like, okay, this is kind of cool, but why am I spending my money on this stuff? My parents didn't give me money for movies. I had to go and get my own money. um, and I just remember like when they came out with the sequel, Three Men and a Little Lady. Like, yeah, no, I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it. Like, it came out on HBO or whatever, and all those, and nah, like I didn't find it to be that interesting. So of course, big execs are like, you know what I think would sell? That was really ahead of its time. Three Men and a Baby. You gonna try and get the actors together again? Tom Selleck was in there. The one guy from I think was his name on three. I can't remember. Anyway, Gutenberg. Gutenberg was in there, and Ted Danson. Yeah, yeah. Grab Ted Danson, all that stuff. Yeah, why not? Go ahead. Um, the Sword and the Stone. Okay, cool. And Timmy Failure. Isn't that Three Men and a Baby? Anyway, for television, the inaugural slate includes a new live action Marvel title, cool, a Star Wars title, cool, a high school musical television series. Okay, whatever. Here's something I'm actually interested in, though. Monsters Inc. animated series. Yes, score, baby. I am excited at the prospect of seeing Monsters Inc. on TV. Whoa. Hi guys. Didn't realize there were quite so many people here like that. Okay, let's see what all this is. Okay, Joe Fisher. Hey. Sean Citrai. Hey. My eye of Agamotto. Raven. G'day. P.A. Stewart. Yo. Jay Dizzle. I totally dig that name. Have you heard the supposed plot leak for Venom? Why, yes. That's why I've actually got that picture of Carnage up there. um, real quick, I'll get to that in just a second. Did you see the latest episode of Legends of S.h.i.e.l.d. yet? Joe Fisher, no. No, I didn't. Oh man. I have not, and I have to put the thing up. I think maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll actually do some other stuff. I have to do my Marvel face rip thing. I was going to do it on popularity, but we'll see. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Um, Awful Knawful. That is kind of kind of a cool name. Hey, Bill. Been watching your channel for a few weeks and really enjoy your channel. Always looking forward to it. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you very much, Awful. I feel awful calling you that, but Jay Dizzle. Well, I did at least. You did. You watched it? Yeah, I didn't watch it yet. Sorry. Just wow. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Okay. I didn't see the video yet. Yeah, I didn't post a video yet. Hey, Victor, what's going on? Dude, I asked about the Victor. I asked about the what was it? The Niagara Falls Comic Con thing, and I asked about it. Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles, and the guy was like, dude, that's not until like June. I'm like, oh wow, he really has in advance. He's like, Toronto Comic Con is coming before that. I was like, oh, I'll see if I can't get press passes to both. He's like, if you can't, I'll hook you up with tickets. I'm like, dude, like that's what I'm talking about, man. Connections in the comic book world. Who needs Pentagon connections and stuff like that? You know, it's like I got a friend in the FBI. I got a friend at a Comic Con. Really, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so G-Dizzle kind of bummed me out, honestly. Oh, now I really got to watch it. Sean, Hercules will be in Marvel 2-in-1 issue 3. Really? Nice, nice. The Venom plot leak bummed me out. The Venom plot leak. Well, I'm going to get to that again in just a second. Awful? No worries. Just okay. Did you watch Black Lightning? No, but I did just realize it's on Netflix. So I don't actually have to stream it through my computer. So I can actually sit my lazy butt on a comfortable. Actually, it's not a comfortable couch. It's not a comfortable couch anymore. Like my kids, I got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they're both 2.5 and 4.5 respectively, and they jump on the couch all the time. And I just realized earlier this week that because I always said don't jump on the couch. I still got my grandparents in me. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to put the plastic over top of the couch and whatnot. I never knew what the actual couch felt like. I always just had the plastic over top. I swear to God, like was that Everybody Loves Raymond? That mom did that also, and I remember like my wife's like that doesn't make like who would ever do something? I was like, yo, I swear to God, my grandmother did that. My grandmother did that. She had these nice red velvety looking couches and everything. I have no idea what they felt like, what they smelled like, anything. They always smelled and sounded like crinkly plastic. Like she got the really nice ones that go over top, and it's like, wow. So, like we always had that, and it's like whenever my grandfathers were watching the news, I couldn't sit up on the couch or the chair with him. We weren't allowed on the couches. I swear to God. And dude, you have no idea. Look up Belford, New Jersey. Very rich place. Very rich place. But it was my grandmother and my grandfather's opinion that kids should not sit on the couches. And I actually lived there for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? I lived with my grandparents for 6 months. And I was never once allowed to sit on the couch. I remember when nobody was looking, I went over and sat on the couch. It was like, I'm not missing much. So like my grandfather would sit down and watch Barney Miller, and he would usually just watch it so that he can get to watching Sanford and Son. And like we would sit down and we would laugh at Sanford and Son, but he would be on the couch. I'd have my butt on the floor. And there was plenty of other room on the couch. Plenty of room. But I was stuck on the floor. And then we would watch the news and just be like, at least I'm allowed to watch TV, because when I was young, kids belong outside. You know what I'm saying? So, wow. Anyway, jeez. So anyway. So it turns out that my kids jumping on the couch so much, friggin' A, man, I actually got springs coming up on my couch. I swear to God, I got to get a new couch now. I actually got to go out and find a new couch. But first, I got to get those little rug rats to stop jumping on the couch. So like on Tuesday nights, you know what I'm saying? I'll just get back from the comic book store doing my filming. I'll come in here, I'll edit and throw it up really quick, and then I'll go out there and I'll just sit down Thursday night and I'll just start reading through. I'll usually bring home like 10 comics, a stack of 10 comics. I'll just be like, just start reading through. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit on the couch and do that. And I was sitting there last Tuesday night and just like, oh my God, what am I sitting on? And I kept trying to look. I was like, I'm not sitting on anything. It was like there was a rock or something. It was a spring. Sitting on a spring, sitting up on my tailbone. Like, what is this, a prop? What the frick? I don't need a tripod prop. So, and I'll usually sleep on the couch on Tuesday nights because I'll be up running back and forth between the computer and the couch all the time. I don't want to sit in this chair reading my comic books. So I'll, go out there and, I'll like read the comic book and I'll come in here, I'll have everything set up, I'll do the review, and I'll go back out there and read a comic book. And then, if I'm still awake after reading those 10 comic books, I'll try and edit and throw together as many videos as I possibly can and put them up and schedule them to come out at 3 o'clock in the morning and so on. And then, since I don't want to wake my wife up because she's got to go to work on Wednesday morning, I will usually just crash on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Got my nice warm blanket out there. And now I'm using the blanket lately as a cushion. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's so hard to sleep on the couch. I've slept on rocks in lightning storms that were less bumpy than this couch right now. I swear to God, it's the worst thing in the world. I actually have to go out and get a new couch. I can't believe these kids. And now I'm looking at my wife this whole week like, I like the couch. She's like, I noticed for weeks. Okay, I'm usually in here. Anyway, so yeah, go figure. Okay, that went that went a little long, but anyway. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay. No worries. But do you watch the Black Lightning? I think I just did that. Sorry to keep distracting you, Professor. Oh no, 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 no. That's my life. I'm a very distracted person. Royal Cheetah Boyd, what's up, brother? I think this is your first time on the live cast, right? Welcome. Also, the Thinker will be in Marvel 2 and 1 3. Oh, you can't really call him the Mad Thinker anymore, right? What do we got here? Just got done reading Batman White Knight 3 and 4. That is amazing. That is amazing. Just well, okay. My grandmother has the plastic over her couches. Oh my god, it's horrible. You know what's actually sad? What's actually sad? My grandmother actually just died. My grandmother actually just died earlier this week. Yeah, I know. I'm not like broken up, bad or anything, whatever. Like she actually had cancer in her. She had cancer in like rectal cancer, and it metastasized and went into her lungs. Never smoked a day in her life, but it metastasized, so it spread up in her lungs. So like she was in really bad shape. You know what I'm saying? Like she couldn't talk anymore, and I would Facebook chat with her and everything. And what do you call it? You guys know I'm trying to get my Canadian citizenship up here. You know, my landed papers at least and whatnot. Well, I can't leave. It's a very dangerous thing right now for me to leave because I can always go back to America, whatever, and do whatever I need to do. It's coming back that's going to be hard. If I don't bring my family, they could actually reject me at the border. If I get rejected at the border, I'm kind of screwed. I can't get my landed papers here, which is basically the equivalent of a green card. It'll be your residency card. You know what I'm saying? So until I actually get my what is it, the residency card, it's very dangerous. It's very risky, I should say, for me to leave Canada because I might not be able to come back in. You know. So guess what I just got this week? Yeah. So really messed up. I talk to her all the time, you know, saying through Facebook chat. I had to teach her how to use Facebook chat on Facebook, which is more difficult than you could possibly imagine, because like she couldn't program a VCR. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like really messed up. She just died, so pretty soon I'll take a trip into the States so I can go visit the grave. You know, put some flowers on there and whatnot. But yeah, that was like really messed up. I'm like, are you kidding me? And in Canada's 4 months late sending me the thing too. You know what I'm saying? So everything could have been done. I could have visited her and everything, but it just is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's the way life happens. Oh man, I kind of miss those couches now. So if you think having the Jay Dizzles, if you think having the plastic off of the couch feels good, you should try it. I agree. um, Victor, I didn't hear about Toronto. When is that? You know, I don't actually know when that is. It is soon, but whatever it is, whatever it is, dude, you just got to understand. Like, I know you're in Niagara Falls and all that stuff. Traffic in Toronto could be really messed up. So you might be better off taking like the subway or something. You'll be if you've ever been to New York City, you know how horrible the subway system is there. You have no idea, dude. Like if the subway is late by 10 seconds, people will let you know about it, and they will actually call into the MTA and just be like, not the MTA, that's whatever down there, the TCA, whatever it is here, the TTC. They'll be like, hey, it's 10 seconds late. Oh no, I see it coming down here now, but it should have been here already 10 seconds ago. I should have been boarded already. So what's going on? Like people, so they are always crisp on time. Um, let's see, Sean. Oh my God, some people are saying if you don't get the Black Panther movie, you're racist. People are gonna say whatever they're gonna say, man. It's the funniest thing. I was on the Marvel.com thing twice. I mentioned in two different ways. It's like, you know what? I just realized in my life, the only thing I'm really missing are some Dora Milaje. I need some Dora Milaje in my life. So, of course, you get some people on there talking about, oh, so what you're basically saying is you want slaves. Really? Really? So I literally I responded back like Dora Milaje aren't slaves. And I get the response back, okay, but you're white, and you see how this goes, and blah 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 blah. I guess, but I guess when we're all labeling each other and whatnot, sure, sure. So I just typed back as like, listen, you are in a position where you feel like being insulted, and you're in a place of hurt. but I'm not going there. So please have a good day. But I'm not in this conversation anymore. And I got a whole bunch of people afterwards like, oh man, you're giving us a bad name, and oh man, you're cool, Professor Bill, and or Comic Book University. Not everybody knows I'm Professor Bill, and just whatever. But like, yeah, dude, come on, man, come on. Oh well. Anyway, it's like the far right wing when they call somebody who's just like, hey, are you maybe saying something racist right now? And then somebody turns around, it's like, oh, you're an SJW. It's like, dude, when you start slapping that label all over the place, guess what's going to happen? Now we're going to start fighting back, and then the real SJWs now they've got to back, stand. I was like, now everybody's on my side. Now I turn around, like, no, I'm not on your side. I'll fight a war on both fronts. I don't even care, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, just we all need to calm down and just be normal human beings for once. When I was a kid, Joe Fisher says, my uncle, who was 10 years older than me, would watch Three's Company. So did I. Yeah, my uncle is only 7 years older than me. And it's a funny thing because I'm the oldest in my brood and he's the youngest in his. But we kind of, interacted like he was my older brother and I was the younger brother. So I've got a very interesting disposition on life. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be the oldest. I know what it's like to be the youngest. Um, yeah, I remember he's a funny dude. I used to listen to rap music all the time. I used to like speed rap and all sorts of crazy things. I know what you're thinking, and what do you call it? He was like, oh no, I got to save you from this stuff, and he started trying to introduce me to metal. I'm like, okay, cool. It's more things to love, but I like this metal that you're showing me and I still like my rap. So I don't know what to tell you. And he had a booming system in his Camaro. Yeah, we're from Jersey, so he had a nice Camaro. And what do you call it? He used to play his metal music all the time. Like, I got one of my rap tapes on me. He's like, "What do you got?" I was like, "I got some Das Effects. You want to listen?" He's like, "I don't know what that is." Let me play it. Turn up the bass. All of a sudden, it's like, "Can you make me a copy of that tape?" Yeah, I think I can leave the tape with you for a little while, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way he was. It's like, wow, when you actually listen to it the right way, sounds good, doesn't it? Anybody here remember Das Effects? Foosh Nickens, maybe? I just made a comment recently. Ed Brisson, this crazy son of a gun, he went in the latest issue of Iron Fist. What is it, issue number 77? Whatever. I reviewed it this week. I think I just put it up yesterday. Yeah, the latest issue of Iron Fist. They always have this thing where it's like, reverse upper crane hit and, ninja sidekick to the groin, whatever they're going to do. In this particular one, he's like, when Iron Fist goes and does something, he's like, Chip Fu backward style. I'm like, no, he did not. No, he did not just reference Mr. Chip Fu from the Fu freaking Schnickens with the backwards technique. I'm here to round back. I'm here to round forth. I flipped. I dropped the comic book. I swear to God, I dropped the comic book to go, holy crap, I did not just read that. I'll tell you what right now. Ed Brisson is a true Fu Schnick. That was impressive. I almost lost it entirely. I could not believe he made that reference. Brisson's cool people, man. That surprised me. So, Sean, you going to review the new Thawne mini? Yes, I want to. Every time I see it in one of the Marvel mags, though, it just says issue 1. Blah blah blah. It's like I'm looking for a date. I don't see a date. By the way, if you hear that outside, it's a snowblower. Dude, Canada, dude, it just does not stop snowing up here. What else we got here? Jay Dizzle, if you're still awake, you're always awake. Professor, yeah, I know. That's actually, I've got a secret to that. You can actually learn how to stay awake longer by simply not sleeping, and it'll take you anything that you want to do in life. I've found it takes like 2 weeks. You got to get over that little hump. I used to do roofing, and for a guy who's 6'5", you know what I'm saying? Roofing is hard because you're talking about taking that rake frontwards and backwards. You know what I'm saying? To spread out the rocks and then spread it out, even thinner, and then put the, when the tar gets laid over top there, rake upside down and just, spreading out all that freaking tar, which is heavy. And when you're 6'5" and you gotta just crouch down that low, dude, like that's painful. The first night, I was like, I don't think I could do this. I don't think I can go back in. Like I was sitting in the bathtub, and I'm just like, I can't get the water hot enough, man. Oh my god, I had Epsom salt, and I was like, what's this Epsom salt even for, man? It's just getting up in my butt. It's not doing anything. I need healing. Like, it hurt, dude. Unless you actually have done roofing, you have no idea. Oh my god. And like when I got a back brace the next day to do, I was like, I'm not gonna quit. I hate quitting things. You know what I'm saying? So I did it for like 2 weeks just to prove I could. And by the time that I was, ready to be like, okay, I think I've proven that I can do this, and I learned how to do this, but I hate this, so let me move on. I can get more money doing things that don't hurt my back. But after a while, it's like it doesn't even hurt my back anymore. I just had to develop those muscles to do things that you never did before. So likewise with the sleep situation, I'm used to, being in the army. You get like 6, 7 hours of sleep a night. And I was like, I wonder if I can survive on less. And yes, with the proper, discipline, you can. You actually can. You know what I'm saying? So like I'll take like 2 naps during the day if I'm lucky. Usually I'll just get like the one, but I'm talking about like an hour nap. You know what I'm saying? Like a little power nap if I even get the full hour and whatever. Like it's good. You can look at all the content I get to put out besides doing my regular work. You know what I'm saying? Oof, oof. Like you just get so much done. Because it's the only way to kind of technically add hours to the day. But it will take about 2 weeks of getting used to it. It's like try to go without sugar for 2 weeks and then go back and have anything. Have like a granola bar, and you can actually taste the sugar in it. You know what I'm saying? It's wild stuff. So, Oh wait, a little more. Sorry to hear about your grandmother. It's okay. So no problems. I'm good. Oh, everybody's like, sorry about the grandma. No, it's good, man. It's good. Like she was in pain, so I feel like it's better for her. Like I get it that it's like, for me, I feel like sometimes it's just selfish to be like, oh man, I wish my grandmother was still here. Why? She was in pain, man. Like she was really in pain. So like I'm happy for her. Yeah, and plus her philosophy was that everybody goes to heaven because we're all already in hell. You know what I'm saying? And I do not share those beliefs with her, but at the same time, like she seemed to really genuinely believe that. You know what I'm saying? So cool. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's fine. Like, I don't know. I try to always respect other people's beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Even if they are a little bit outlandish or a little bit out there, or if they're just because it's just so interesting. I knew this Native American dude named Ingwe way back in the day in Red Bank. And he was one of the coolest people you will ever be able to sit down and meet. You know what I'm saying? And I met, there was this place called Earth Spirit. I think it's still there. I don't know, in Red Bank. And they used to always deal in some like really cool, like, magical sort of things. And I'd go and I'd read the mystical tomes. And it's mostly just like commercial stuff. You know what I'm saying? I would go to like the Equinox to get the really deep, like Aleister Crowley philosophical stuff and the Golden Dawn and the OTO stuff. You know what I'm saying? The really deep stuff like that. But just that topographical, Llewellyn's Guide to Magical Mysteries and stuff like that. I would read stuff like that too. And I would go there to Earth Spirit for that. But I did meet this one native dude, and I got to go on a vision quest, a spirit quest, you know what I'm saying? Which is like the coolest experience ever. One of these days, maybe I'll tell you about that. But like, he had this belief that the more people that you tell your story to, the more people there are around to remember you, and then the longer that you get to gallop and play in your version of heaven after you're gone, because the other people remember you, and this will kind of keep you there for a while. And once everybody in the world has forgotten about you and your story is no longer told, that's when you kind of go off and reconnect. You know what I'm saying? So with the spirits, and are you reincarnated? Are you not? They don't, native, at least the Cherokee tribe and all that, doesn't really get into stuff like that. It's just that's how long you get to go in that regard. And I'm like a 16th Native American. You know what I'm saying? So like a smidge, but he's like, no, that's enough, man. And like, even if you're not, you can still, you can still enjoy these things. You can still go back and understand the holistic aspect of nature and the world. So it's like, cool, man, cool. I like the business serious aspect of the world. I like the hippie beatnik aspect too. Just so are you ready for the new Darkhawk mini? Yeah, 4 issues of Darkhawk coming up. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I mentioned it when I did the what was it, issue number 51 recently for Darkhawk. Um, Guys, thanks for your condolences. It's cool. Just wow, okay. My Gmail died of breast cancer. It was terrible. She couldn't even move. Did you just say your Gmail? Did you actually mean to say your Gmail, or were you saying your grandma? Because I'm sorry, like if it's your grandma, I'm sorry. Like my heart goes out to you, but like you wrote Gmail, like you actually capitalized it properly and everything. So I'm sorry. Um, Sorry here, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, Peter Stewart, what's going on, man? Sean, when we do our segment, some stuff I sent you was double because of phone glitches. Okay, no worries, no worries. Um, Joe asked for a compassionate leave at the ministry. They're a little more reasonable than the U.S. No, you know what? You're right. You are right. Um, but yeah, no, I hear you. I'm good though. I'm good. Um, oh, it's like now it's just to see her grave at this point. And I know where she's buried. Her and my grandfather actually bought I was gonna say tickets, bought a funeral plot already because when my uncle Charlie died, not the uncle I was talking about earlier, he was buried at this one place, and they bought a plot on either side of him. So I already know where my grandmother's buried exactly, even without being there. I can go there right now, and I would know. I wouldn't need, Google Maps or anything, whatever any of that stuff is. I can get there right now, and I'll already see my grandfather's plot. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't used yet. So, oh yeah, they're funny. Like I always use them as like the template for like what a marriage is supposed to be, because they got married at 15 and 16 respectively. She was 15, he was 16, and they've been married the whole time to each other. And it's like, dude, that is awesome. That is awesome. Um, Jean is trying to make Utopia or Genosha again in X Men Red. She is trying to do something. Thanks for getting us back into comics. She is trying to do something like that, and I'm excited to see what she's going to be doing. I really do want to see. Like she said, every time that we try to get together into like a Utopia or a Genosha, something like that, then we seem to be too many people in one area, and that's when people start coming over and attacking us and causing us a threat. Mutants are always going to be considered a threat in the Marvel universe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you never know where they are. Oh, they're all over there. Why don't we just go bomb them? Like it's oh my god, it's so bad, it's so bad, and yet people still say, oh, there was never all this SJW stuff in Marvel. Sure, not since at least 1966, right? So anyway, um, PA, you should be able to. Oh, okay. The reentry. Cool. Royal Cheetah Boyd. If not for the vibranium, Batman would probably get Black Panther. I saw that also. And then I saw that Rob. I haven't watched Rob at Comics Explained in a ridiculously long time, but I'll tell you what. I did. Once I watched that death battle, I realized that like 4 days prior to that, Rob was talking about it on his channel, and I was thinking about doing a video myself on it, even though it'd be like, psh, who hasn't done that? But I don't know. I have my own opinions on it. My opinion on it is that, you take away terrain and just say terrain's not a factor. Because for the most part, both of them should have a good idea of terrain. But if it's fought in Wakanda, Black Panther has the advantage. If it's fought in Gotham, Bruce has an advantage. If it's done in just some random city, they're both probably going to be, what I'm saying, at the same plight. So if you just take them like off world to the Image Comics version of New York City, they'd both be on fairly even grounds. You know what I'm saying? And just have them go and do their thing. But then again, at the same time, any forest or jungle, as cool as Batman is, he's not going to be as good as T'Challa in that kind of a situation. But then at the same time, it's my opinion that in a desert, even though I know that they have deserts in Wakanda, heck, they've even got the what is it called? Not the Misty Mountains. That's in Lord of the Rings, but they've got something the frozen mists or something like that in Wakanda, which is where all the it's like cold air and there's like yetis out there and stuff like that. I mean, like T'Challa knows all the different environments also, but yeah, that's the thing. And I always hear people talking about, oh yeah, man, Batman, how much prep time would he have? He would have the exact same amount of prep time as Black Panther, and guess what? Black Panther does prep time better. You want to know why? Because long before we ever thought about the idea of, oh yeah, Batman, dude, like he's got these, he's the strategist when like something goes down with the Antimod, or he's the one who's thinking up the really cool strategy. When something goes down with Parallax, he's thinking up the really cool strategy. That's really cool. Black Panther would have already thought it up. The first time that we ever heard about the Galactus contingency, a lot of people were like, oh, wow, he had a contingency plan for Galactus way back in the Ultimates. Nah, dude. Christopher Priest's run back in what was that, 98? Back in 1998, when Christopher Priest and Mark Texiera were putting down the Black Panther series. What was that, Volume 3? he, he was already tearing up in like Everett K. Ross. Go and find Everett K. Ross explained in a minute. Everett K. Ross was like rummaging through. He became the regent of Wakanda. Yes, there was a white guy in charge of Wakanda, and he was rummaging through the files, and he just came across like the Galactus contingent. What what is this? And I think it was Wakabi. Wakabi explained in a minute. Just came out today. I think it was Wakabi though who was sitting there talking to him. He's like, yeah. So anyway, you're the regent now. So we got to talk about this. Like, no, stop. You're saying that T'Challa actually has a contingency plan for if Galactus comes back? He's like, yeah. Doesn't your country? No, we have the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. We were hoping they'd figure something out. Black Panther's like, psh, why figure it out on the move? I remember when I think it was when the Secret Invasion came. There's that one Skrull who was like just ready. He had powers beyond belief. And he came up and he got into T'Challa's face. He's like, you know what? I've been training my entire life to beat you. And Black Panther, you know what he said? Calmly as heck. He's like, okay, then you've already lost. You know why? Because I've been training my whole life to defeat the unknown. Nobody has that, I'm Batman voice like Black Panther. That's right. That's right. Saying, I'm Black Panther doesn't sound nearly as cool as I'm Batman, but Black Panther does it better. Dude, I'm telling you right now, it's my opinion. Vibranium is just that over the top crazy stuff. Heart shaped herb, you know what I'm saying? Where like, I can smell you lying to me and things like that. Like just that's not going to affect, but like just literally, I can hear the slightest movement that you're about to make. You know what I'm saying? I could hear your freaking brainstem tensing up. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't surprise the Black Panther for the most part. You can't surprise him. You know what I'm saying? Even if they both fought without their equipment. So this is something that I feel that Rob is a little bit off on. Just my opinion. He said, "Oh, if you take away the vibranium and you take away the bat suit, and they just both fight like I guess in loincloths." No. I still think that Black Panther wins. Honestly, like, dude, I love me some Batman. I loves me some Batman. I spent more money on Batman in my life than any other character I've ever spent because Batman is awesome. He's also got the most merch out. You know what I'm saying? But like with Black Panther, sorry. And I still feel that Captain America can beat Black Panther too. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Batman versus T'Challa, I don't think it would be an easy win, but I do think it would be a clear win. You know what I'm saying? More specifically, just like the Bats just doesn't. He's just not there. He's just not at that kind like. And that's the thing, man. Like you got to understand how I feel about DC versus Marvel. If anybody ever says, "Oh, hey, such and such from DC versus such and such," I'm like, don't even bother saying it. DC wins. Like I don't care about the characters. No, DC wins because just like Superman said when he was fighting Thor in the Justice League Avengers crossover, I guess that over here we just dial it up. Our lever, our dial just goes up to 11. I think it goes up a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the idea of Marvel is regular people trying to, act like gods, and in DC they're gods trying to act like regular people. Even Batman is considered a god for crying out loud. Sitting on the Mobius chair, that says something. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just the idea that DC is so much more overpowered than anything that Marvel can put out, you know what I'm saying, is something. But I've always stood by something that when push comes to shove, Captain America can still beat Batman. That Superman will beat Thor. Superman will beat, Hyperion. Superman will beat Hercules. Superman will beat the Hulk. Superman will beat whatever. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? If we were to sit down and actually try and compare them and just take a neutral writer, how would I write these things? That would be a different story. But if we're just talking about, there's going to be arguments and just a lot of screaming back and forth, just DC, you win. You win every single time. But one thing that I simply cannot fathom in my head and I know the whole pre-amalgam universe, how Batman technically beat Captain America, but that was fan voted. You know what I'm saying? That's a popularity contest right there. Popularity doesn't beat the other guy unless it's an election. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but and yes, I also know about the Justice League versus Avengers where Batman and Captain America went off with each other, and then finally Batman stopped. He's like, "Okay, hero, I believe that you would be able to beat me eventually, but do you really want to take the time to do all that?" You know, what I'm saying, and they talked about it reasonably. Cool, man. Cool. I guess Batman just need to prove something. Captain America never feels the need to prove anything to anybody, ever, ever. So yeah, that was all Batman. But yeah, I have always believed. I'm like, Batman is awesome. Batman can kick pretty much anybody's butt. Yes, I do believe that there are some crazy, outlandish DC circumstances where Batman could possibly beat Superman. But Batman versus Captain America, does it involve a nuclear warhead? Because I don't see an actual standard combatant to combatant battle where Captain America technically loses to Batman. And as far as Black Panther is concerned, he's really just on that same level. You know what I'm saying? He's really right there on that same level. And you know, while these guys like Rob was talking about, oh yeah, T'Challa's willing to kill and Batman isn't. I don't think that plays any role whatsoever in the situation. I don't think that matters in the slightest bit. That means nothing to this battle. Nothing. Because if you're Bruce Lee and you're really awesome, but you won't kill, then you could beat a whole bunch of ninjas all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. You know, the ninjas are willing to kill. That means that they've got an advantage over you? No, not at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think that plays any kind of advantage whatsoever. He'll fight just a little bit harder. What does that mean? What does that mean? You know? So no, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it's literally just the skill level and the mindset and just what each brings to the table. I believe that Black Panther is better than Batman in that regard. Honestly, I believe that he's that Cassandra Cain type level. You know what I'm saying? Where he sees it and he hits it, and before you can even react, he's already taken you down. And I don't think it would be quite that well with Batman, like Cassandra Cain going against or Lady Shiva going up against I don't know whatever Joe Blow. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But going up against Batman, it wouldn't be that easy. But Batman, even recently in the Tom King series, has admitted he's like, yeah. If actually no, I think it was in the James Tynion the Fourth in the Detective Comics series. Somebody's like, you know what she's capable of doing? Yeah, I know. Well, what if she were to go against you? And he says flat out, he's like, I make no distinctions about it whatsoever. If the two of us ever fought, she would win. You know what I'm saying? I feel that looking at T'Challa, he would think the exact same thing. I really do. T'Challa's just, like I said, on a totally different level. Okay. Let's see. What do you think of the ST Discovery Mirrorverse? I haven't been watching it, Raven. Sorry. My wife hasn't even. Sean, are you mentally shocked after finding out about the Brain and Ma relationship? I think that's like the weirdest thing, man. That's like the weirdest thing. Joe Fisher, my uncle is the youngest of my mom and brother and sisters, but I'm the oldest grandkid. There you go. Yeah, I'm the oldest grandkid also. Brothers, my mom has 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Nice. Just wow, okay. I love all music, country to rap, punk rock. I don't know about love it all, but yeah, I guess I could listen to it all. I listen to elevator music if I need to, you know? Raven, I used to go an hour a day. Wow, when I was younger, but I used to catch up with me and I would pass out for 2 days, right? That's the weirdest thing. Um, just wow, okay. Not Alistair Crowley. My grandmother. Yeah, yeah, Alistair Crowley. Um, Ozzy Osbourne pronounced it Crowley. It's not Crowley. it's Crowley. Jay Dizzle, that would be cool to hear about your Vision Quest. I would love to do one myself. I've experimented with LSD. No, I didn't actually take any LSD or peyote or anything like that. It was more about starving yourself for 3 days. You don't eat for 3 days. You can drink, whatever you can find, but You just go on the with the idea of like you're not eating anything and you're out there on your own and you've got certain tasks you got to accomplish and a lot of meditation. Um, and it's really just about finding your spirit animal so you can understand yourself better. That's where the vision comes from. Uh, Continuing, Jay says, found out more about myself and everything, and it helped somewhat, but I've started meditating recently to get control of my mind and body. I would love to get my hands on DMT or ayahuasca, however you spell it. Not familiar with that. Continuing, Rob, and Benny are both awesome. I'll say that. But you have definitely been added to my main comics YouTubers for sure. Thanks, Jay Diz. I definitely appreciate that. And it's funny, just today, like some people have been commenting that my spotlight on story is a lot like what Benny does. Maybe. I've seen what Benny does with his stories. And I feel like mine is radically different because I actually feel like mine is a lot more like um, Sal from Comic Pop, what I do, because that's actually where I got the inspiration from. But I don't have two people on either side of me making fun of the comics, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm actually glad at that. You know, having people who don't know about the comics is fine, but like, I don't like making fun of my comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some silly storylines, there's some silly arcs, there's some silly everything, but even then, just like making fun of, things that happen in like, the Civil War. No, to me, like, that's like, I almost hold it with a level of reverence, almost like these are my comics, man. Like this is this is what I love to do, and I don't enjoy just making fun of my stuff, my stuff. So yeah, I want you guys to see me. I want you guys, I want to be able to talk like to you guys instead of just at you guys, whatever. I want to be able to actually talk to you guys and give the story and give details and just, think like, what would somebody else think? It would be nice. It generally would be nice if I did have somebody else who could ask me questions about it, like, well, then what happened? What about this and what about that? But at the same time, I feel like I would be stopping too much and really mull it over. So I'd rather just read the comic again and then just sit down and just chill and really think about it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I feel about this comic? What did I feel at the time that I read about this comic? What is it like reading the comic book now as opposed to back then, and just all that good stuff. So I just did the Spotlight and story about New Avengers Volume 3, Issue 1, which was the very beginning of the Incursions storyline, which eventually led to the Secret Wars, Battle World, and all that stuff. And that was cool. And I also did Wakabi Explained in a Minute, and that's the spotlight and stories I feel is the real thing that everybody's going to come back to on this channel after a long time to see and be like, oh, because like Wakabi Explained in a Minute. Anytime that like after the movie, after the comic book movie, depending on what they do with Wakabi, I saw the one scene where M'Baku, the man ape, they're not going to call him man ape in the movie, but M'Baku is holding him up by like the back of his neck or the scruff of his his collar or something like that, while he's yelling, oh, and he's got the Jabari staff over in his right arm. Yeah, the Jabari. If you guys don't know, Jabari wood is just a ridiculously strong, solid wood that grows in the Jabari forests in Wakanda, and that's actually where the white gorillas come from. Which, yeah, when M'Baku Explained in a Minute, Man Ape Explained in a Minute, Comic Book University. Anyway, so yeah, like maybe somebody will see it and maybe they'll actually show the bionic arm that he had long before Winter Soldier ever had it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll actually show that bionic arm and people will be like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then somebody will look up Wakabi and be like, who's this Comic Book University guy? And just boom. And like that's the stuff that'll be the gateway into the rest of Comic Book University. And they're only like a minute long, a minute and a half long, 2 minutes tops usually, unless it's like multiple characters I'm explaining. Then it's like a minute each. But, yeah, like that, those are the things I think they're small, they're very digestible, very easy to just share, someplace like, oh, I'm in a Facebook group, somebody asked about, Wakabi and Zuri. Oh, sure, share, done. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I feel they're very, instead of like a 20-minute long video about there's not 20 minutes worth of information about about Zuri. You know what I'm saying? Shuri, there's an hour long conversation there just to intro her, but yeah, that's why I do the stories the way that I do. The explained in a minutes are usually just so that when I do make these spotlights on stories, instead of going into a deep explanation about all these different characters every time I bring them up. It's just, yeah, explained in a minute, boom, link below, all that good stuff. Buy the comic below, if you can't find it in your local comic book store. And on top of that, I want to start doing versus battles again pretty soon. This would have been a really good one to do. Go figure. But anyway, yeah, I figured even if I'm going to do versus battles, too much time is spent on explaining who these characters are when I can just simply turn around and be like, yeah, explained in a minute to find out the history of these guys and a brief explanation of their powers. Here's the parts that I really need you to understand for this particular battle that I'm simulating, verbally. So that's actually the reason why I even started doing the explained in a minute videos. Go figure. Okay, just wow. Okay, you New Sage Comics Explained, Dope Still Comics, and Comic Story are my top fave. Awesome. I don't know who new. That's just wow. Okay, I don't know who New Sage is. I'm gonna check that out. Comics Explained is Rob. Dope Spill Comic. You said Dope Sill. No problem. I know you forgot that. Oh, I see underneath you actually corrected it. Yeah, Dope Spill. He has got a tremendous voice for the business, doesn't he? Like he really gets into it. I almost wish that he would show himself. Like, do the big reveal, man. Do the big reveal. But he's got such a great voice for it. I would love it if one day I could actually get to the level that he's at, and then we can actually do like a joint video or 20. I'm saying, just about, like, because I know that he loves the Black Panther universe, and I know he loves the Hulk also. And Hulk was my thing growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I discovered Black Panther much later on in my life, and then just was mesmerized and therefore memorized everything I possibly could about the Black Panther because he's just amazing. But yeah, I would love to get into some conversations with him, you know what I'm saying, and do stuff. But yeah. Oh, also, I want to thank somebody. Benny put out this one thing, Comic Historian. He put out this one thing where he said, "Hey, tell me about some of your." It was a tweet, and this was like 2 weeks ago or something. Tell me about some of the smaller YouTube channels that we've never heard about, so that we can investigate them and blah 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 blah. And one guy. I've never even talked to the guy. He's never commented on here before, but he mentions my URL or whatever, my at Comic Book Uni on Twitter. Boom, it's like that was the coolest thing. I gave it a like, the little heart and whatnot. I didn't want to. I see everybody else getting. It's like, oh hey, thanks for commenting. Thanks for putting my name in the batch. Yeah, I try my hardest. It's like, okay, calm down, man. You know what I'm saying? So just gave it a like and thank you. But like, if you are watching, brother, thank you so much for putting my name in there. Nobody's got in contact with me, so I doubt that they care. But like, I genuinely appreciate that. Like, that was really cool because I'm not even subbed to either. Like I said, I can't watch their stuff because if I do, it might influence what I'm gonna do. But it's cool that you do watch their stuff also, and mine. And that was actually really cool. So if you go back and watch this, it was like a Russian, Ukrainian name. It was like one of those Eastern European type languages in the name. Just whatever. That was totally awesome of you. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? God bless. Let us continue. So, damn right, DC wins. Jay Dizzle. Raven. Batman doesn't fight to kill. Black Panther does. I addressed that. Jay Dizzle. Dope Spill is the shiz. Just wow, okay. I've not watched New Sage. You're in the same boat that I am. Sean Sedrai, 9 to 10 days before May solicitations for DC and Marvel. Nice. Just wow, okay. Superman is OP. Wonder Woman doesn't have the same endurance stamina. I think that she does. Although they didn't really show it too much in the recent Batman two-parter. But still, she could stave off for Superman for a while. She is OP as well. Dude, even Aquaman is kind of OP when you think about it. Jay Dizzle. Yeah, Raven, it doesn't matter. Just kidding. How about Black Widow versus Catwoman? I'm voting for the Widow. Have you seen what Catwoman has been doing lately in the comics, man? Like, twice she dislocated a disc in Bane's back. Here's this one dude, the Gentle Man, who's been staving off demons for hundreds of years and gets into a quick little tussle with Black Cat, and she just like drops him and puts her foot on his neck And I was just like, come on, man. Like, I was even commenting the most recent issue of Batman. I think it was Batman issue number 40. I just put out this week. It was the first one I actually put out this week because I was so excited to see, like, is he going to get it on with Wonder Woman? Because I'm just saying, I would. And my wife knows it, and she fully understands. She can't blame me. Just like Catwoman wouldn't have blamed Batman. Just saying. So, uh, anyway, dude, like, wow, she's just beating up on everybody, and it's a little bit unrealistic to me. Right now, I think that she could actually beat up Lady Shiva. Like, she went toe to toe with Talia al Ghul and won. Like, what is that, man? Like, I think that she could beat up, Cassandra Cain. I think she could beat up Lady Shiva. And if they were both coming out at the same time, I think she could beat them up right now. Like, dude, Tom King is really going overdrive with Catwoman at this point. I like Catwoman too, but right now she's a little bit unbelievable. I have a feeling. With like if she got that kryptonite ring that Batman used to, I think that she could probably take down Superman. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion because of the way that she's being written right now. I think that she could. Just wow. Okay. I don't know if you covered this on prior videos, but what are your thoughts on Walter Hamada? Shoot, I know the name. Walter Hamada. Why do I know that name, dude? Fill me in. Comics watching, hey, welcome. Let's talk about the two splash pages in Warlock. Who's the Shadow? Thanos, Super Skrull. Moondragon and Phyla-Vell, Wolverine's yellow suit, etc. I don't know. I'd probably have to pull them out. Also, the idea of Adam being in a tomb for thousands of years is mind bending. No, as I mentioned in the comic, it's kind of like what Fitz just did a couple episodes ago in what do you call it, Agents of S.h.i.e.l.D. So, what were those shadows that they showed? Where's my recent? I don't have it on me. Okay, I don't know where it is. If it's not here, then I don't know where it is. Maybe I already put it away. But anyway, I don't know who the characters in Warlock were. I just saw, shadows, and it's like, So I'm sorry, without the actual book here, it's somewhere in one of my boxes. Jay Dizzle, Professor, I want to talk about the Venom teaser so bad. Yeah, I know. So you know what? Let me just jump into this right now. So with Venom, they're saying that and like this is huge news, and they're trying to stymie people off. They're basically saying this is kind of a spoiler-ish, but the idea that people are bumping around right now is that they don't. So if you don't like spoilers, just for the next couple of moments, maybe just turn the volume off or something, just for a couple of moments. Here, while I always do this, while I put my hand up, spoilers when my hand is up. When my hand goes down, spoilers are off. Okay, so Woody Harrelson's part has not been revealed yet, but a lot of people are thinking, especially since his not American Psycho, whatever that one movie that he did where he played a psychopath, he did such a great job in it that what do you call it? They said maybe he would play a good Cletus Cassidy, and I agree. So he would play Cletus Cassidy. He would not have the Carnage symbiote on him, but he at the very end, possibly even an end credit scene, an after credit scene, he would be in a prison, and Brock would go in. Every time I say Brock, big guy named Brock, I'm thinking Brock Lesnar, but Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock would be sent to prisoner. He would be sent to that prison. I guess it would be like Ravencroft or something. Anyway, he would be sent in, and that's when all of a sudden, his roommate, his cellmate would be Cletus Cassidy, and then you'd maybe see like a little bit of the symbiote leap off and go towards Cletus, So, yeah, so indicating that we could wind up seeing him in the next movie. Okay, that's it. So anyway, that's the big reveal for that. So it could be cool. It could be cool. Again, I was not a fan at all of the teaser trailer, and I know it's just a teaser, but you don't even bother putting out a teaser if you can't tease the Venom symbiote. Showing it in that little container is like, that doesn't count. It doesn't count. It's like, oh, did you see it inside the container? Nobody freaked out over seeing it in the container. Nobody freaked out. In fact, pretty much every single person who I've seen doing a review of or people commenting on it, there are a lot of people like, oh, well, what did you expect, blah, blah, blah. But nobody was like, not a single person I've ever seen or read or watched or whatever has said that was a good teaser trailer. So there's that. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's garbage. I'm not saying the movie's going to be garbage. All I'm saying is that teaser trailer was kind of garbage. They really failed on it. I mean, when you compare it to the Deadpool 2 trailer, when they were showing in the background that what's his name, Shatterstar is probably in the movie. Yeah, go back and watch that trailer again if you missed it. Shatterstar is probably going to be in the movie because you saw a character who looked just like him. Maybe it was a cardboard cutout. I don't know, but that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That totally destroys this teaser. And I know that's a full trailer and this is a teaser. I get that. I do. If you can't tease the symbiote on Eddie, even in the shadows, man, even just crawling up his hands, we don't have to see his face. We don't have to see him in the light. Just something. Maybe let the eyes light up. Like I said, have it like crawling up his hand. We just want to see how you're going to be doing the special effects, okay? So that we can put in our 2 cents and you can either go, okay, cool, more of that, or, okay, fans don't like that. It's just CGI. Let's redo the CGI. That's all we want to do. We want to help guide the process. We're just telling you what we like, what we want to see. It's not about shut up. Why shut up? Okay, fine, we'll shut up. We'll also shut up our wallets. You know what I'm saying? We're telling you what we want. Social media is an amazing invention. It is an amazing invention. God, if we had it back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they would have stopped making those silly Marvel movies back in the days and just waited. You know what I'm saying? Giving us something better. Anyway, so what do we got here? You would do a good verse series. I have done a couple of versus series in the past. I actually started off doing versus series almost. The first one I did was Drizzt Do'Urden versus Wolverine, and then I did 2 parts of Hawkman versus Angel, like versus Angel and then versus Archangel. I did an answer to Screw Attack's Hulk versus Doomsday, which I thought was horrible, and I really just went on a moment bashing on the whole overtaxing a healing factor thing. But yeah, I've done a couple in the past. I just have to get around to doing them again now. It takes a lot to switch up my program a little bit. But yeah, we'll see about it. I wouldn't mind doing it again. Peter David does like Vegas a lot, man. Sean Sidra, he really does, right? I want to see Joe Fixit again, man. That's all I want in my life. My life will be complete again if I see Joe Fixit. Jay Dizzle, if the symbiote doesn't get on Spider-Man first, it's gonna upset me. No, I'm okay with it. I'm actually okay with it because you know the way that I think that they're gonna do it. I think the way they're gonna plan this is that they see the Life Foundation. They see Spider-Man like this is the coolest thing ever. How does he do these things? I don't know. Let's see if we can replicate his web fluid. You know what? Let's see if we can replicate his powers. Oh wow, we somehow made this thing seemingly alive. You know what I'm saying? Or at least messing with people's psyche, something. But oh wow, look at this. It's actually symbiotic. Interesting. So I'm figuring they were trying to recreate what Spider-Man is, you know what I'm saying, based on some rumors or whatever. So that I think would actually be pretty cool. You know, maybe they did get like, a little bit of his blood sample or something like that. Maybe, just any old little thing, maybe they found the spider that bit him. Who knows? Excuse me. Just the idea that I think that would actually be a great idea if they did that. Like I've got good opinions on the movie. I do, but we'll see what they do with it. Ghost Skittle, hello. Is Johnny Storm dead? No, he's fine. He got teleported to the some special containment area with what's his name? Jeez, Supernova, not Supernova. What the heck is that big dude's name? The big dude, the big dude. Got teleported with him. Not Dark Star. I'm not going to waste my time with it. Somebody will say it in the comments because, yeah. You could see the symbiote crawling on his neck when he was yelling. I didn't see it on his neck. All I saw was that silly little with the cutscene stuff. That'd be cool if they did that. I didn't see it, though. Jay Dizzle, I would have been happy to see the teaser was only showing a second of Brock. Exactly. Just show 1 second of Brock and the symbiote. That would be awesome. I would be totally down with that. And then you continue, who cares, Skittles? That didn't please me at all. Okay, so he did have it on there. Okay. But I didn't notice that. Me too. I didn't notice that either. I got to go back and look at it. Just wow, and Tom Hardy retrusts. That's the thing. I know I know that that Tom Hardy is an awesome actor. I'm sure he'll be a great Eddie Brock. The question is, how's that CGI gonna look? Is it gonna look like Venom did in Amazing Spider-Man Part 3? Because God, I hope not. Ghost Skittle. I mean, nice one, Ghost Skittle. Hey, Cryptid, Black Dwarf, thank you. See, I knew somebody would figure that out for me. Thank you, Cryptid. Nice to know you were sneaky. You're like ghosting in here real quick. All right, Ghost Skittle. Some article said he was dead. Thanks. And do you mean the Challenger? Yeah, he's in there with the Challenger and with Grandmaster. I don't know if he's actually in the same room or not, but they kind of showed him in the background there. He's definitely in some kind of a person containment device though. He was taken off of the game board, you know. So Black Dwarf is the name of the guy. Thank you. Got crystallized along with the Human Torch. Yep. Comics watching. Does two and one occur before, after, or at the same time as No Surrender? Johnny in both places. Yeah, I know, right? It just occurs differently. It occurs differently. So I know I'm usually not a big fan. You remember back in the day, like the Silver Age, when Marvel would be like, no, you can't use Thor because Thor's actually over here, and they would always say like, oh, the next time you can catch Thor is over here and blah 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 blah, doing such and such. Oh, he stopped doing this, so he can come over and do that. Like they were really careful about that stuff, and for a while they even like canceled all of those Avengers who actually already had a comic book someplace else because they were like, it's not going to make sense if he's over there doing this, but if he's like on Mars fighting these four-armed green skin aliens, if he's also down here with the Avengers in the negative zone, like it's not going to make any kind of sense, right? So, yeah. Sorry to keep bugging you, Professor. No problem, Jay Dizzle. But did you see the new Avengers promo released showing 4 stones on the gauntlet? Yep. Pretty awesome, pretty informative. No, it was actually pretty cool. They're also planning on selling an exact replica of that. They've been doing I got Captain America's shield over here. They got the life-size looking Mjolnir. They got the mask for Iron Man, and got a whole bunch of really cool stuff. And it's not even a helmet that I think you could put on. It's just you sit up there and it'll light up and stuff like that. They're going to do the Infinity Gauntlet the same way. That's looking pretty cool. So anyway, Go Skittle, what is time of Planet Hulk and Worlds Collide? Because Amadeus was in both the same at the same time. Right? Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't even know anymore, man. I do not even know. But what I do know is it's just about time for my segment with the Eye of Agamotto. I should probably move that. So Sean Sadrai sends me stuff, and it is my responsibility to investigate all that he sends me. And some of them are supposed to be duplicates. Oh my. First thing he sends me. What is this? What's it say right here? So this is Zod looking down at... Oh, shoot. Okay, I got to see what this says first. To be defeated, humiliated, left weak and helpless by the might and power of Zod. Look at that. That is just awesome. And you got Booster Gold and Superman down there. I guess Skeets is down there too. But you see the Eradicator back there, and look at Old Man Zod. All right, that is sick. Oh my God, that is awesome, dude. That is awesome. Old Man Zod, because his son just came out and put a beating on them. And now we get to see something else. What's this here? Good mutant versus bad mutant fight. The X franchise, a story of an oppressed group fighting a bigoted system that denies them human rights. Okay, so it's just a meme. It's not really comic book knowledge, brother. Let's get with the comic book knowledge, all right? Like this: Ghost Rider, Punisher, Thanos in the latest. Okay, look at this version. This is going to be in the upcoming Thanos comic book. Look at Ghost Rider, Punisher as the Ghost Rider. That is sick. He's got the Gatling gun up there. That is just awesome. Let's see. Do you have any predictions? Jay Dizzle says, on the next Doomsday Clock issue, yeah, it's going to be out when it comes out. And who knows? I am hoping to at least see some moving along in the story. I do want to see Mime and Marionette meeting up with the Joker and like what they're going to do with each other. I do want to know a little bit more about the gun and the Garrett and the knives. Like, is it actually a stealth cloak technology, or does he have the ability to make his mind actually make these things? I think it's just like a stealth cloak technology. Either way, it's kind of cool. their powers are awesome, and I want to see them permanently in the DC universe. But aside from that, I don't know. What's this? Oh, the two Justice Leagues look like they're going to be battling each other. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. All right, so if they're actually going to do that and it's more than just one issue, I'm excited. Justice League cover. My phone glitches, so it sent this twice. No worries, dude. You warned me. This one too. Oh no! This is important because right now, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, they are fighting Zod also, and his wife and his son. And the Eradicator, I imagine, is going to be there also. So Kyle Rayner seeing a ring just hanging out there, that could be Hal. Oh, dude, that just kind of broke my heart a little bit, man. What is this? Oh, is this... Oh, this is really weird. It kind of looks like Professor X's Clayface. What is that? Like, and everybody's getting ready to go after him. That's sick, man. Or the next Dark Knight's Metal. The next Dark Knight's Metal is going to wrap everything up. So, but in the meantime, they're also going to have that. Oh, that's Astonishing X-Men issue number 10. Okay, nice. But they, what do you call it? I see it as, what is it? Blah 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 blah. Dark Knight's Metal. Oh, they're gonna have a one what like literally one more tie-in, and I can't remember what that tie-in is exactly. But anyway, yeah, it's all about to be wrapped up, and unfortunately, it's gonna be another month and a half before it comes out. This was supposed to be Dark Knight's Metal was supposed to be a summer event. You remember when they were advertising that? Just a quick little summer event. You'll like it. How did it get delayed so far? How do we have 12 issues of Doomsday Clock? All right, which means that it's supposed to take a full year for that to come out, and now they turn around and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to release it once every other month, actually." So it's going to take another year for the rest of this to come out, dude. Like I can't get excited about something like that. I feel like I'd rather just wait for it to come out in trade paperback at that point. You know what I'm saying? And Metal was good, dude. I have every single one of the tie-ins, all of them. Everything, you know. So to just see what they're doing right now, it's just so disappointing, man. Raven, it's because of Wolverine being in his solo series and all the teams except Fantastic Four. Technically, he wasn't. He was a part of the new Fantastic Four. He was, along with Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, and the Gray Incredible Hulk. And those were two amazing issues. Comics watching. Infinity Watch is supposed to be coming back free comic book day. Awesome. So Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. All right. Forget about your Cuervos. All right. It's free comic book day. Comics watching. Infinity Watch is. Oh yeah, I just read that. Is X-Men Red #1 good? Go check out my review, dude. That's Ghost Skittle asking. Go check out the review. I'll tell you and tell you why. Jay Dizzle, Robin Benny just did a theoretical chat today. Oh, about what if Batman dies in the end of Metal, and it was pretty interesting, really. And it was completely hypothetical, though. Good discussion. See, I like stuff like that. That's cool. See, if I had somebody else I was working with, I love that. I do know, like, even though I don't follow them anymore, I can't. I love their stuff, but like I said, out of respect for my own channel and not just stealing all their content, I can't watch them. I can't watch anybody. I can't really watch anybody anymore. Just the occasional be like, okay, that just looks way too interesting, you know? But what do you call it? If I had somebody else who was here, I would absolutely do stuff like that all the time. Like that would just be a weekly thing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely love that. Hey, maybe Joel, Caped Joel. You know what I'm saying? He's in Toronto. I'm here in Mississauga. Maybe one of these days. You never know. We'll see. Okay, so Venom. Oh, jeez. I don't think this is actually going to happen. I think it's more like a clickbait. But yeah, Venom and X-Men Blue, and they're all Venomized. That is kind of cool. I'm digging that. That's a cool cover, man. This is for Venomverse 2. X-Men number 5. Okay. Oh, that's it? That's all you gave me this week, dude? Comic Boom. Oh wow. Okay. Comic Boom just commented on my thing today. Awesome. I appreciate. Thank you. The spotlight on story. Let me give that a quick little like. Couple people liking on Wakabi explained in a minute. What else? And and Comic Boom actually retweeted that. Awesome. Thank you. One of these days, got to have a conversation with that dude. Actually, I was just, you know what? I was actually just on Joseph Comics yesterday. Last week, right after my podcast was over, I went and I checked out Joseph's Books is what it's called, and he had some other guy I'd never seen before and Comics Boom on there. So that's like 2 weeks in a row. So I actually caught it live, and he tried to get me in the chat, but he was doing something wrong. He was trying to send me the email, but he apparently had my email wrong. Then he tried to send me the link directly in the chat. Clicking on it's not going anywhere, so he was doing something wrong. But yeah, I was willing to jump on. If I happened to see him today, then I would jump on today also, just for the sake of conversation. But yeah, whatever. One of these days I'll start actually trying to get people on here again. Guys, you know what I actually want to know? Here's what I want to know, because I'm about to wrap this up now. What I want to know from you guys is, what would you actually like to see on the channel? Okay, and commenting in here is nice. Commenting in the chat here is nice, but if you come back when this thing actually is no longer live and put in the comments section, not just in the chat section, but in the comments section, please tell me some ideas that you would like me to do for the channel. Okay, because I got a bunch of ideas and things that I'd like to try out and things like that, but without tainting your opinions by telling you some of my ideas, I'm not going to do that. I actually want your fresh ideas. What would you like to see me do with the channel? Because I would like to expand a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I am having a good time at managing my time right now, and I would like to expand. So seriously, let me know what you think that would be a good idea to do with the channel. All right, let's just finish all this up. Gerald. Hi, everyone. Love Venom 161. Was Venom 161 the one that just came out, that little one shot? Because yeah, that was actually really good. How worried are you, Dan Slott, coming to Iron Man? I'm worried. Go Skittle, I am not worried at all. I actually like his Spider-Man run. 10 years, like, God bless him, man. Like, that is an awesome run, you know? And I think that he did a whole lot with Peter. And unlike pretty much everybody else who has messed with, Peter Parker or some other character, Dan Slott is pretty much putting him back exactly where he found him. Think about that. That is true, genuine, creative genius. Be able to take a character wherever he was left off with. The other, writer was just like, oh yeah, we're good, here you go. And he just took that, and then he said, okay, let's do this. And all these crazy things were like he killed him and had, Dr. Octopus become him. And then he gave him, this incredible company. He was a rich man. He had this great stuff, and then had the fall, and then put him all the way back. And it's like, oh yeah, here you go. Right where I found him. That's kind of genius. That's kind of genius, man, right? So I hear a lot of people don't like Slott for whatever. I don't really have any problems with Dan Slott. He liked one of my tweets recently, which was nice. That was actually really cool. Stuff like that. Like that kind of fills me with a little, because I'm not out trying to, insult people and, like, your stuff's even when I don't like a comic book, just like, I don't really like this comic book. If I don't like it next week also, I'm not going to read it anymore. That's like as insulting as I'll get. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, I'm not trying to put people out of work or whatever. Anyway, Jay Dizzle, but kissing time. I have to say this live chat is incredible. Thank you. I'm sure it takes a lot of time out of your day. No worries. But would love to see more of this. Okay, it's cool getting answers and questions in real. That is actually exactly why I do this. That's exactly in real time. That's exactly why I do this. It's because every week, like I'm talking at you guys a lot, but I actually want to be able to talk with you guys. I like getting the feedback back and forth. I've been on other people's live chats before, whether they knew me or they didn't know me, whatever. And I'll have a conversation, and it's like so much stuff just gets ignored. So much stuff just gets, brushed over. Like, for crying out loud, I'm a part of the Nerdarchy network. I think I'm the only guy left in the Nerdarchy network. Everybody else who's joined the Nerdarchy, if you guys aren't familiar with Nerdarchy on YouTube, if you like Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games and stuff like that, I actually, every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I actually run a Marvel Superheroes Advanced role-playing game for the Nerdarchy crew and a bunch of like fairly famous writers and other web artists and things like that. So it's a pretty celebrity cast, you know what I'm saying? And I actually run a superhero game where we are in the Marvel universe, and I run it for them, and they have to survive. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun. So I'm actually a member of their network. Everybody else was just like, I can't keep up, I can't do it, and they drop out. You know. I'm still there, and even then, I went and I asked a question today, and I just kind of got ignored. And I'm like, ugh, what's the purpose then? It's like, fine, whatever. I've got work to do, so I just like put it to the side. I actually turned off the chat. I usually watch them all the time, but I was like, nope, sorry, and I just went back to work and I finished doing all my work because I've got work to do. So yeah. Plus, Jay Dizzle says, plus it's fun hearing you just tell random stories about yourself in comics. Thanks. Yeah, no holds barred. You know what I'm saying? I have no shame. Comic book, okay. I'm going to try and keep myself monetized, so I will not say your whole name, but that is actually pretty cool. I dig it, and I can relate. More videos like your new Avengers. Okay, so you like seeing the Saturday. Every Saturday I put out a spotlight on story. And I've got to actually write this stuff down so that I don't have to say it all the time. But every Tuesday and Saturday I put out and explained in a minute. But okay, you like the stories. Awesome. Okay. I was actually thinking about doing more. Plus, in order to not get beaten up by s.h.i.e.l.d, my Eye of Agamotto, I've got to do one with Moon Girl pretty soon. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. So it's coming. It's coming. Why is Blade an Iron Man right now? Go Skittle. If I knew that, I'd have already read the next issue. But whatever. He's got some kind of an offer for her, and I can't wait. That was such a surprise. It's like, I'm just reading the comic book. It's like, why are you giving up all your stuff? No, Riri, stop. No, you're better than that. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. That's how the terrorists win. And I'm just like reading this stuff and like the corporate greed and all this stuff. I'm like, no. Like, it was such a sad issue. And all of a sudden, Blade shows up. I'm like, well, I did not see that coming. That was awesome. I dug that. I totally dug that. Raven and RP Pets as we... Raven knows. I'm actually extremely interactive with the chat in my my RP games. And something I was telling some of the people who actually email me is at cavemansmuse@gmail.com. All one word, cavemansmuse@gmail.com. I will actually, I actually interact with the chat also, and they all play like animals and things like that. And they just recently made a mech suit for the animals, with splinter guns, a shrapnel gun that just goes every place. Like, it's a lot of fun. Go Skittle. Redux of old issues and arcs would be cool. Okay, yeah, I kind of do want to do more. So pretty much you're saying do more of what Benny does. You know what's so funny? Is that, and this is not to cast shade on Benny at all. I love Benny. Benny is awesome. Benny is like he's one of the most intelligent, one of the smartest, and yes, there's a difference, one of the most intelligent, one of the smartest businessmen on YouTube that I've ever seen. The guy is brilliant. He's got his game down pack. Like, the dude is a YouTube pimp. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like his stories. Like, I don't like, his whole, if I remember, how do you always used to say that? Where we read the latest, or the latest storylines and arcs and then read them back to you in small digestible bites. Okay, and we erase all the words so that, for copyright purposes, but Marvel doesn't care. DC doesn't care. Nobody cares. So why are you bothering to get rid of that stuff? Nobody cares. They want you to put the stuff out. Clearly, like, it's in their mission statement. They want to promote. We're free promotions for them, But whatever floats your boat. You want to do that extra work. He's got a crew of people working for him. The guy is freaking brilliant. He convinced Rob from Marvel Explained to fly out and move to Colorado, where he lives, someplace in, Boulder, Denver, whatever, someplace in Colorado where he lives. So they actually live together or have a house next to each other, whatever. But like, that's amazing. The dude's a genius. If he asked me to move out there, I might consider moving out there too. No, it's actually an American. My wife wants to stay in Canada, so if I want to stay married, I have to be Canadian. Anyway, but I am still American at heart. So what do you call it? But like that's amazing. Like what a great way to do things, you know? But I'm not a fan of his, doing the stories like that. So yeah, if you guys like the way if you want to see me change something the way I do it, like do you want to see me change the way I do my stories? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Um, Cyber 2G. Yo, Professor. Yo, Cyber 2G. Rumor is that Nick Spencer is going to take over Amazing Spider-Man when Dan Slott leaves. Nice. Oh, wow, so you're not a Slott fan. Any thoughts on how Spencer will write Spidey? I think that first off, Nick Spencer, the latest thing that he's doing since Secret Empire is actually Damnation with Doctor Strange. He's actually working with Donny Cates, who is amazing, and they're doing Damnation together. If after that he's going to jump on Spider-Man, I think that would be awesome. Look, Pleasant Hill, Avengers Standoff, all that stuff that he's done that didn't necessarily have a time limit, you know what I'm saying? When he was doing the Captain America, both Captain America runs. Dude was writing two Captain America comics at the same time. Tell me that is not genius. Tell me that is not impressive. You know what I'm saying? Secret Empire, I felt, was really good. The ending was just, it didn't fall flat for me. It just felt kind of neutral. It's like, oh, that's a good way to wrap things up, I guess. And then I moved on to the next thing, and I just felt it left me wanting. You know what I'm saying? But if he's writing a continuous series that doesn't necessarily have to end, so to speak, I don't see how that's a bad thing. Because I think if Secret Empire would have just continued to today, it still would have been amazing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't end it very well in that particular instance. He could still be really good at ending. I don't know, but in that instance, I could have left it. You know what I'm saying? Take it or leave it. I'd probably just leave it. Regardless, I'd be excited to see what he does with the Amazing Spider-Man. Absolutely, I would love to see something like that. Oh my God. um, oh, jeez. Okay. Go Skittle. Vlog or tours? Maybe that would be cool. A vlog. I think that's kind of what I'm doing now. Tours. What do you mean by tours? Elaborate, please, Go Skittle. Is Silver Surfer doing anything in Legacy? No. No, he's not. So far, no, I don't see anything. The Dan Slott run was the most recent, which I haven't read yet, but apparently I have to because it's really good. That will be a spotlight very soon, but we'll see. Apparently that's really good. Jay Dizzle, I have no clue, or I had no clue he and Rob moved out to where he is. I thought they were just old friends. No, they actually met online and all that stuff, and they wound up developing a really close friendship. I was watching them during the time. Like they and Nerderkey are the two companies, the YouTube people who inspired me to start doing what I do. And I would have done it 2 years earlier if I didn't move out to Saudi Arabia again and start working out there. And I was doing international business, which is just crazy. Going out to Egypt twice, like just meetings across the country and across other countries. Insane. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if I wasn't doing all that, I would have started my channel 2 years ago, which, yay, but it is what it is. Things happen the way they happen. So anyway, yeah, they wound up meeting and they actually moved out. Rob actually moved from Kentucky over to Colorado, which is awesome. 71 Bull Squad, you have a great attitude. Thank you, sir. So I like your lengthier review videos. Nice. Otherwise, I'm happy with what you do. Great job. Thank you. I usually try to keep my videos down to like three. My goal is to shoot for trying to do like a 2-minute video review. That's actually what I try to do. But then I'm just like, yeah, I've got too much to talk about with this. So I actually just start talking faster. That's the way I try to make my videos shorter. But I know that people have things to do and they don't want to. If it takes as long to listen to a comic book review as it does to read the comic book, I'd rather just read the comic book, right? So yeah, I try to make them fast, but yeah, because my thing is I would like it so that people could listen to a comic book review while they're on a 5-minute break. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta drive down to the store and get something. Oh, Professor Bill's got something up. Let's just play it really quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All these people commenting on the videos. Dude, I'm live. Come to me live. Come and say hi. Jay Dizzle. No, you do. Your story's awesome. We like you because you're different. Don't conform. No, not conforming. just trying to fine tune. Okay, no problem, no problem. Consistency. That's key. Ghost Skittle. What did you think of the latest Black Panther cover with all those heroes? The only person in it was Black Panther. Oh wait. I don't know which one you're talking about. I was thinking of the not the Sound and the Fury. The Sound and the Fury has an awesome cover written by Ralph Macchio. I forget who did the cover, but the Black Panther of him jumping forward. I'm telling you straight up. You know what I'm saying? When I do my Black Panther explained in a minute, I'm taking that cover and I'm going to have that in one of my images for Black Panther explained in a minute, and it will be a lot longer than 1 minute. Just saying. But that is a beautiful picture of him just leaping forward. I love that. And ever since like Mark Texeira started drawing him with the ears kind of pointing backwards a little bit, like when he's lunging, like when he'd lunge at Killmonger. So actually, yeah, it was before Texeira even. Jeez, I loved that. I thought that was like, he's just aesthetically, his costume is just amazing. I love that everything's black, but then like the gloves, you'll see like the lines going back towards his elbow. I love all of that stuff. That's amazing. But yeah, aside from that, the Rise of the Black Panther issue number 2 of 6, that cover is amazing. Where you see T'Challa's face down there, but then you see overarching is Namor. It's like because like this Namor that I got in the Black Panther the 6-inch Marvel Legends thing. That's an amazing Namor. And yeah, you need to have those two fighting. You need to have those two arguing with each other, and have Black Bolt in the middle trying to separate them, or just saying, "All right, fine, I'll just kill Namor for you again." You know, like I need to see more of that. Comic watching. Silver Surfer is in Moon Girl. Yeah, that's right. And I'm surprised that Sean Sidrai isn't screaming at me right now. Galactus is in there too. I know. Ghost Skittle, tours of like cool rooms or comic book stores you like. That is actually one of the ideas that I had, because I know like I am very fortunate. I'm very blessed in that I live not too far away. I live practically a stone's throw away from at least five comic book stores that I know of. And one of them is the largest and highest selling comic book store in Canada, and thus in the Greater Toronto area also. And I actually am allowed to shoot there. The guy actually, not even allowed, the owner, Carlos, actually asked me, "Hey, do you want to do something here?" I was like, "Oh yeah, if I ever think of something." And then like months later, almost a year, whatever, yeah, several months later, he's like, "Hey, listen, why don't you just review comic books here?" I was like, "Well, because I can't, be here the whole time." He's like, "Well, then why don't you just talk about what's coming out in the week?" He's like, "I saw that you do this week in comics on Tuesday, so you talk about what comics are coming out. Why don't you just come here on Tuesdays instead, and you can actually hold the comics in your hand before they come out, and you can actually say, this is what's coming up, and just simply, advertise that you're here in Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada." See how used I am to saying this? So I was like, yeah, shoot, I could do that. So that's what I put out every Tuesday before the comics actually come out. Boom, you can see what's coming out. And I also, say what are the new figures that came out, what are the new toys that came out, the new collectibles, the statues, all the, stuffed animals, all these crazy things that came out. I get to show all of that stuff on Tuesday nights. Usually it goes up around 7 or 8 o'clock at night, but yeah, and I just shoot it all with my iPhone. So yeah, I'm really blessed in that part. But the last time I was there, there's somebody who's just buying like this big. He actually bought a short box of comics. I'm like, "Oh, so do you resell those?" And both of them looked at me, like the owner looked at me who was cashing him out, and the guy looked at me, and like I've had some good conversations with this guy before, and he's like, "No, these are mine." I was like, "Oh, just for your collection?" He's like, "Yeah, you should see my man cave." I'm like, "I should see your man cave. I should come by and I should film your man cave and put it up on my channel, and you could just be like, 'Check it out, man.'" And what is this? Oh, my Star Wars game is supposed to start pretty soon. Oh, but that's not until 2 weeks from now. So anyway, yeah, I'm a role player. I like doing role playing games. So anyways, I was actually thinking, yes, I should consider doing, checking out people's man caves, and just every so often do like a little segment where they show off all of their good stuff. And yeah. So I'm glad you asked that, because that was an idea that I had to do that. Anyway, rooms in your house, yes. Like cool rooms, yes. Go Skittle. That's exactly what I was thinking. You're in my head, man. It's a little scary. um, Come on, where are we? Okay, there we go. P.A. Stewart. Honestly, if Spencer's going to write Spider-Man, I might actually start reading it again. See, I like to hear stuff like that. Comic watching, he's with Galactus at the moment. Ghost Skittle, I thought Ego killed Galactus. No, no, no. Ego didn't kill Galactus. In fact, the last time we saw Ego and Galactus together was it wasn't the last time we saw Galactus, but it was almost the last time we saw Galactus. They were actually working together in tandem to get rid of the to basically free the seventh firmament from the first firmament, who was trying to take over everything. Chained up Eternity, Eternity Prime. In fact, not just the individual Eternities all over the place, but Eternity Prime, which is like, I didn't know we had an Eternity Prime. I thought it was just the Living Tribunal. You know what I'm saying? The Living Tribunal's still dead, man. What's up with that? So hopefully we get a little something new coming up with this new Infinity thing. You know, we need a new permanent continuity. Where do the Perimeters fit into all this stuff from Inhumans, right? So we'll see. Ooh, Perimeters versus Celestials. Go. So, comic watching. I love your reviews. I watch most of them. Thank you. Listen to Spotlights. Appreciate. When I'm hanging out for a while, 5-minute break is accurate. Nice. Cyber2G, really excited for Old Man Hawkeye. Yes, Old Man Hawkeye. I really thought that was just going to be like a quick little money-making scheme. I was like, I'll investigate. But the first issue was really good. I can't wait for the next issue. Cyber2G continuing. Bullseye is the ultimate villain for Hawkeye, who's going to have to get used to using more than his eyes to get through his wasteland avenging business. I agree, but we know that he survives at least a couple more years until he meets up with Old Man Logan. I'm still okay with that. Also, I'm not entirely sure that's Bullseye, because Crosshair, right? Am I saying his name right? Anyway, Crosshair is a longtime villain of He and Mockingbird, and although I did see the thing on his head, I am also seeing the Cross-eye eye on him. So it's like maybe Bullseye killed Cross-eye and Crosshair and took the cybernetic eye. I don't know. Maybe Crosshair put the tattoo on his head. You know, the sketching on his head. It could be him. You know, so I'm not entirely sure who it is exactly yet. We'll see. But that Jamie Madrox thing was pretty cool in that first issue. Ghost Skittle, Black Panther 169. Why do I not remember that cover? Oh, well, sorry. Is BC Avengers getting a series? No, Ghost Skittle, it is not. It was a one-shot. We are supposed to see more of them intermittently, like spuriously throughout the comic books, but we'll see. Okay, can we slow down in the comments? I'm trying to leave. I'm a little hungry here. I just had like a chicken set, you know, the Costco chicken, and I diced up some tomatoes and I threw them in. And I got some kale to use instead of lettuce, and I just put them all together with a nice sandwich. And I just sat down, and I kind of want another one. And I know I left the bowl in the refrigerator, but my wife is wandering around someplace, and I'm afraid that she ate all of it. So we'll see. But otherwise, I'm just going to have some mozzarella sticks. Either way, we'll see. But I'm really hungry right now. Raven, I watch the comic reviews because comics are too costly here in Australia. I feel for you. Oh my God, that is horrible. So I don't mind them being longer. I got you. Ghost Skill, a verse series would be cool. All right, I will try and put together some verse series. I'm gonna find a way to do the I gotta start using my Facebook page more, and actually like having you guys be able to ask for versus series, you know, versus battles and things like that. Just, you know, to help me out. Because if you guys give me like, you know, I want to see him versus him, like, you're like, oh yeah, okay, well my opinion on that would be, and then just do the video, and I could do it just like this, you know. But I would need to know who you guys want to see fighting each other. So comments below for now. Find my Facebook page if you can. I actually have 2 of them. Both of them are something about Comic Book University. One of them I think is at Professor Bill, and so on. So find them. You'll see my face on there. Yeah, and comment there, please, or in the comments here. Jay Dizzle, I hate to leave Professor Bill, but I have to leave the house. All right, see you later. It seems like you're about to wrap up anyways. I love this. It was cool talking to all you guys on this chat. I'll be looking forward to the next time. Peace out, guys. See you later, Jay Dizzle. Yeah, I am about to leave pretty soon. Got to eat. Ghost Skittle. There's a comic book store in me that has a giant Silver Surfer statue in the middle. Oh, nice. Of the store. It's from FF2, but still awesome. Nice, dude. Nice. Oh yeah, yeah. So the Lawrence Fishburne voiced version. Ghost Skittle. Shoot. I thought he killed him in the Mighty Thor, but I'm probably wrong. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You're talking about way back in the day. Ish. No, I think he set up the rocket on him and sent him flying off into space. Uh, 71 Bull Squad. What would be your educated guess on how White Knight will end or prediction? Thanks for your answers. Okay, that's a good question. Okay, I believe right now what I'm reading that the possibility it will end in the sense of finding out that it's all just a big joke on us. I know it sounds weird, right? But think about it. Everything that's being said here, said in the news, you know how they got the right guy and the left guy, the left girl, and they're both, conversing with each other on the news chat, and it's like a talk radio type thing, like a Sean Hannity thing or a Rachel Maddow thing, and they're having their little discussions back and forth, and the girl is like a serious lib, and the guy's a serious conservative, and they're pushing their political agendas and stuff like that. But read the words that they're saying. They're saying things like SJW. People don't say SJW in the news. That's only said in chat rooms and in the internet and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And they'll say things like troll. A troll is very specifically a person on the internet who is harassing you and trying to get a rise out of you. You know what I'm saying? They'll use a lot of these words that are very specifically geared towards the internet. And the book is just so perfectly down the middle. So perfectly down the middle. Check out my reviews for more on this. That the guys on the far right who are reviewing this are like, yeah, see, Sean Murphy agrees with us, us serious conservatives, and he believes what we're saying, and he's totally making fun of the left. Meanwhile, the guys on the far left are like, yeah, you see, he's totally making fun of the right because blah, blah, blah. And it's like, just want to bump their heads together. It's like, do you really not see he's making fun of both of you? You know what I'm saying? It's just a commentary, and it's clearly about the internet and everything. So somehow I think that he's going to wrap this up, so it's kind of like a big, joke on us. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it, because it's just written so expertly that it's like, all of a sudden there are two Harley Quinns. Well, isn't that perfect? Isn't that just convenient? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. I'm digging it. So yeah. Anyway, just go check out my reviews for more on that. Um, Ghost Skittle. Bullseye needs to appear in the MCU. Eventually, they were actually planning on getting, like, the rumors, the serious dedicated rumors are that they were planning on getting Jason Statham to play Bullseye in the second season of Daredevil, but he turned it down for whatever reason. For whatever reason, he turned it. I think he wanted more money, and they said no, so he turned it down. And then he started seriously bashing Marvel, like big time bashing the MCU. And it's like, oh, if I want to star in a superhero movie, like that's just stupid. Oh, I won't do that. It's just kiddie stuff and blah 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 blah. A lot of people have said that. Jodie Foster said that, and now even she is saying, I really wouldn't mind, being in one of these movies because it pays really well. Yeah, and plus, a lot of these people are doing amazing roles in these series now, right? Sorry, Jodie, you already bashed us. We don't need you. You know what I'm saying? We don't need Natalie Portman either. She can go. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? But they were actually supposed to get him, and Jason Statham might have been Jason Statham might have been really good at it, but not now. Like now, I don't ever want to see him in a Marvel movie. No, you just dissed us, man. We're all nerds. We already have sensitive, tender egos to begin with, man. Back off. So nope. Sorry. Bye bye. Raven plus the Closet Comic Store is a 7-hour drive. Get out of 7 hours away. Plus you got like 6-foot tarantulas trying to kill you the whole way. Sorry, I've just got this. I'm this typical Westerner who's got this idea that everything in. Plus, I knew this girl from Australia, and she used to make the joke all the time. It's like everything in Australia is trying to kill you. It's like, wow, for here it's just taxes. So wow, 7 hour drive. That's disgusting, man. I am so sorry for you. Just wow, okay. You can never leave. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Okay. Cyber 2G Professor, do you think that the Tales of Suspense is going to continue once the current run is done? I'd love for the series for it to be a series where they give different characters a 5 issue arc. Example, Quicksilver. See, yes, yes. But the way that they did the original, the Tales of Suspense was a different thing. Tales of Suspense, if they're going to do it the way that it was really successful, half the comic should be devoted to this character, half the comic should be devoted to that character. So, what if they made half the comic devoted to Winter Soldier, half the comic devoted to Hawkeye, Clint Barton? I think that would be a great idea. So you got 12 pages of this guy, 11 pages of this guy, and 11 pages of this guy, and just boom, there's your story. There's your story. So, oh, I only like to read the one, not the other. But I might as well read the other since I'm buying it for the one. I think that'd be cool. That's the way Tales of Suspense always went. At the same time, they could also do it much like I'm hoping they're going to be doing. I talked to Chip Zdarsky at the Mississauga Comic Con recently. Victor was there with me, and he was saying how he is, once he gets the initial story arc done for Marvel 2 and 1, he is going to start making it so that the Thing and the Human Torch are the main characters there, but they will come across other characters once in a while, just like the original 2 and 1 was done, where it's a Thing story, but he has a different guest star each month, that the comic comes out. Love that idea. Love that idea. So if they did something similar with Tales of Suspense, yes, because Bucky, the Winter Soldier, phenomenal. I'm absolutely loving this, but at the same time, I don't think the story would be even half as good if you didn't have Clint Barton running around and just being a total jerk. You know what I'm saying? It really balances the comic out. So if they can make it so that Clint will stay in the series somehow, or at least split it up, I would totally continue reading those stories. You know what I'm saying? But Bucky by himself has not proven to be very marketable. You know what I'm saying, for readers. He just comes off as too bland. So and Hawkeye's just a little bit too over the top. His solo series has never worked out for very long. So there's a reason why what's her name, Kate Bishop, is in the current series with him, because he's just not good by himself. So if he were to actually team up with Bucky permanently, yes, I would read the heck out of that series. I'd be a permanent fixture. Um, is the giant Silver Surfer statue in Pittsburgh? Comics watching. No, but close. Morgantown, West Virginia, if you have ever heard of it. Okay, so they're going back and forth on that. Yeah, he would have been a great Bullseye, but oh well. I actually liked Colin Farrell as Bullseye. I dug that. Even the grass is deadly. Raven, even the grass is deadly. The grass just comes up and it's got a not hold person. What is that? What's that first level druid spell? Can't remember right now. But anyway, yeah. um, Go Skittle. The Black Panther comic I was talking about was the latest issue of the Legacy series. I can't remember the cover for some reason right now. I don't know why. I remember the cover where he and Claw were going at it with each other. Trying to remember seeing. So that's the thing though. Go Skittle. The covers right now are being done by Brian Stelfreeze. Don't tell me I forgot his name. Brian Stelfreeze. You know what I'm saying? I got to meet him at the most recent Fan Expo, Toronto Fan Expo, and just nicest guy in the world. Absolute nicest guy in the world. He signed a poster for me to Professor Bill at Comic Book University, and my wife stole it. My wife stole it from me. Can you believe that? Man, like, who does that? She stole it so she could go hang it up in her job. It's like, what? But he made that for me. Yeah, but I yoinked it. So messed up. So messed up. Anyway, so I think she has a thing for Chadwick Boseman. Anyway, so what do we have here? Go Skittle. I heard the Legacy Iron Fist series was good. Haven't read it. It's not good. It's great. I was talking about it in the beginning of this. It is fantastic, and I've never seen Sabretooth written so well in my life. Brisson is amazing. Colin Farrell was not good in my opinion. We can disagree. Cyber 2G. All right, Professor, I'm going to take off for the night. Yeah, thank you. Get some sleep. It's almost 3 a.m. here. Jeez. Where are you at, man? Where are you at that it's nearly 3 a.m. where you're at? You would have to be 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 5 hours difference. You would have to be in Eastern Europe, right? You'd have to be in like Italy or something like that. That's crazy, dude. I like the original Daredevil, just wow, okay. The original Daredevil, I did too, especially the director's cut. It's almost 10 here. Yeah, for me too. It's also almost 10. I started this thing 2 hours. It's crazy. Oh, Iron Fist and Sabretooth sound interesting. It was, and it just wrapped up this week. So absolutely go out and grab those. It's totally worth it. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna bounce myself, and yeah, I'm probably going to sit down and read some comic books. Oh, for crying out loud. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for making this interesting. This is the longest podcast I've ever done. And genuinely, from my heart, I could not do this. I could not do this for so long. I know you're in Australia, 2 p.m. there. I could not do this for so long if you guys weren't interacting with me. So, genuinely, from my heart, thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. I should probably get this thing ready before I do that. Okay, class dismissed.